Mobility of persons means more than getting people from A to B quickly. The mobility of persons has an impact on economic wealth, on social participation, and on people's quality of life. In the age of climate change, of demographic change, and growing inequalities, the issue of how to achieve personal mobility that is affordable, environmentally friendly and safe, and addresses the needs of all people has become urgent. Research shows that men and women, other genders have not been studied so far, differ in their mobility behavior. Women make more trip chains and are mobile for a greater diversity of purposes. They cover shorter distances in a geographical area near their home, often making trips to accompany others and get supplies. Men make more linear trips, for example from their place of residence to work and back, also covering longer distances. Women less frequently have access to a car. Men drive their own car into old age, while women stop doing so at an earlier stage. Therefore, women use public transport systems much more often than men. However, we need to consider that women and men are not homogeneous groups, and the differences in mobility are not linked to their biology. Rather, it is the daily routines and experiences of specific women and men that determine particular mobility behavior. Who is responsible for caring for children or other people and therefore has limited mobility? Which income groups are able to delegate care and household duties and to outsource these jobs to other, often marginalized individuals, for instance to transnational care workers? Which individuals are considered in mobility plans and who are those who are unable to access certain offers? And who is unable to be as mobile as they would like to be because the environment is not barrier-free? Potential violence in the public space also leads to people limiting their activities themselves due to security concerns. This applies mainly to people with minority backgrounds or the elderly, but also to many women. For even though assaults on women mostly occur in the domestic setting, public space is often perceived as unsafe. A key question, therefore, is how does the mobility of particular groups of people affect gender relations? Who has access to social, cultural, and economic resources? Does exclusion from these resources reinforce existing inequalities? Gender, age, disability, as well as many other attributes may interact and hamper social participation of some people even more if they are not sufficiently considered in planning. Mobility research always faces this dilemma. Can it address concrete problems with short-term measures and at the same time contribute to an equitable society in the long term? Is it, for instance, possible to support women in their traditional roles while simultaneously striving for a transformation of these roles? What is essential, in any case, is to have a close look. Are all people really equally able to reach places of residence, of work, of shopping, of education, and of recreation? Are particular places located in the city or in a rural area? And what does this mean for people who have to get to these places? Diverse people need mobility plans that are equally diverse. In the light of existing disadvantages, we should also ask, does this have to be like this forever, or should we do something differently? What kind of world do we want to live in?